Okay, I'm sitting here with Nicole Monary from Coldwell Banker in Benicia, California, and we were talking about building a community, visibility, awareness, and how to impact your local market. So, first of all, thanks for taking time to let me interview you, Nicole.
Absolutely, Brad. Thanks. I think it all starts with your website. That's a great place to blog about things that are going on within your community. I live in a town that has a lot of Main Street events going on. We have a 4th of July parade that our company participates in. We get our little kazoos out there and we sing and we go. And we have a big banner that says Coldwell Banker Solano Pacific. You don't know how many people, when I meet them and I say I work for Coldwell Banker Solano Pacific, they say, "Oh, you're part of that kazoo band." And, you know, it's December and they still remember us from July. So pretty fun. But I think just getting on the web, talking about your community as much as you can in any form, you know, whether it be events, but don't make your listings part of what you're really talking about. Talk about something of substance for the people and then tag on your listing onto the bottom of that. But really make it about the community, what's going on, any trends, anything that you can notice going on in your community.
How important is it to you as far as having an online reputation? Are consumers looking for your resume, or are they looking to know more about you? What's working for you in that regard?
What works for me is connecting with people. I've had people go online and tell me, you know, I've really connected with what you had to say. I identified with some things you said. I had a client who recently, I asked him, you know, why did you choose me out of all the other 90 agents in the office? And he said, you said you had a dog online. We have 4, so we knew you would understand the importance of finding a big yard for our dogs and everything. So something simple like that. I find that people don't understand a lot about real estate, even the simple things. And when you put a lot of designations online and all your, you know, I sold 23 million last year, people don't really care. What they want to know, the bottom line people want to know is, what can you do for them? Are they going to feel comfortable with you? That's what they want to know. And anything that you can do to connect with them, to show them that, that's going to get you the business. I'm pretty transparent on my website and on my resume. I tell people where I went to school. I tell them what I have degrees in. I tell them what my parents did. I tell them I have a dog. I tell them I'm a scuba diver. I tell them things that, you know, aren't my deepest, darkest secrets, but if you ask me, I'm going to tell you in a conversation. So it's like if I were to sit down with a client for the first time and have coffee, and they ask me my background, these are things that I would tell them. I put that online, and I find people, you know, that gives them the window into me, so they can do their research on me and feel comfortable with me before we even meet, and then go from there.
How important do you feel it is to have community involvement and build a reputation and a brand within your community, both online and off?
I think it is extremely important. I think it is, you've got to get involved in your community. You got to do some volunteer work. You got to do something, you know, sell tickets for your high school raffle. You know, call around to organizations in your city, within your city or the markets that you target, and ask them, hey, you got something going on that I can help with? You know, spend 4 or 5 hours sometimes, you know, once a month doing something community involved. You know, we have a farmer's market down here on our street, and we come down, you know, once a week. 2 of us go down there for 3 hours and we hand out tickets for the farmer's market, you know, and people just recognize our company again. It's not just one person doing it, it's our whole company that does it. So the more that you can do in your community where people are seeing you out there, then you can link it to your website, blog about it, announce it, and just hypothetically, let's say there's a food drive going on in your community and people want to find out about that. So you blog it and they come to you. You get at the top of the search engine when they write, you know, Benicia food drive, excuse me, and then they go to your blog, leads to your website, leads down the line, and just trickle, trickle, trickle.
I know you're very successful. I know you were just sharing with me how much business you've done, and you're very humble, and so I won't put you on the spot. But what are 3 tips you would give somebody about building their online community, creating visibility and an awareness in a way that's going to make them successful in their specific marketplace?
Be yourself. That's the most important thing that I could say. I'm sitting here, I'm in a sweater and jeans, okay? I mean, this is me. I don't get dressed up. The first time I meet a client, I'll put on a skirt and something a little nicer. But after that, they're going to see the real me in jeans, because that's just the way I do business, okay? And I've got to be comfortable. So be yourself. That's the number one thing that I can say. Don't try to hide behind designations. Don't brag. Don't try to be something you're not. Just be yourself. Number two, whatever you choose to do, there are so many avenues out there. Twitter, Facebook, blogging. Be consistent. Whatever you decide to do, pick one or two that are going to do it for you and be consistent in it. I blog every week, and that's when I don't, like around the holidays, I notice a dip in my business, and I notice, the phone stops ringing, So be consistent in whatever you choose to do. Number three that I would say, and I'm going to go back to what I just said, when the phone rings, pick it up. A lot of people spend their time doing all this online, all this presence, and then they neglect picking up the phone. And I've had more clients compliment me on picking up the phone and ask me why other realtors don't pick up the phone and I do. And that's one of the big clues, big secrets of real estate that I could give you, to be honest.
What is the biggest challenge you find, and how have you overcome that?
I think one of the biggest challenges is what I just said about being consistent. Sometimes when you get really busy, you forget to go back and do lead generation. Lead generation is where you're going to get everything from. You've got to do that consistently. And when I've got as many files as I've got up here that are closing, and I've got to do everything for them, you tend to forget about lead generation. So I think that is the biggest thing. Staying on Zillow, loading up your... Can I say that?
Yeah, this is not a paid advertisement, so yes, you can.
Loading up your listings, getting your blog on, whatever platform you use, WordPress, Blogger, ActiveRain, putting it on your own website, keeping your website up to date. I think that's the biggest challenge, because when you do start getting all this business and cultivating these relationships, you get the phone to start ringing, and at any given time you could have 10, 12 deals going on. And how do you keep that lead generation going? And you just have to do it, like Nike said.
Well, Nicole, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time to do this. I know how busy you are, and I know some of the success stories you have, and I would love to be able to interview you again later and share some of those maybe at a later time for other events. So
Perfect. Thanks
thank
for
you
having
so much.
Okay, good
Talk
luck.
to you later.